Hi, I'm Breeanne Marie, and tonight I'm making a Blackberry Cobbler ice cream. I've already made the components for this ice cream. We're using our classic ice cream base. We're going to be adding some vanilla. We have a blackberry puree to add to our churning ice cream, and a blackberry jam, which is going to be so yummy and hopefully bright flavoral wise with the ice cream, and a cobbler to go in it. So the other day I got an email from someone asking if I do commission orders, and specifically for Mother's Day, he wanted to get his wife some ice cream, some custom ice cream. And he said that she recently came home with a bunch of blackberries and wanted to use them in an ice cream. And I immediately said yes, and thought about a flavor that we could make for his wife. And what I decided on making is a blackberry cobbler ice cream. So this will be a blackberry base ice cream, and it will have a blackberry jam and a cobbler in it. All of the blackberry is from Northern California somewhere, wherever she grew up. And I think it's going to turn out delicious. It sounds amazing to me. I have the blackberries and I'm excited to start. These are the yummy blackberries, fresh blackberries. You're going to make a delicious ice cream. They're hard to see in the bag, but they're there. Okay, we're gonna measure out our berries to make our jam. 2 cups here, half a cup of sugar, and you can use fresh lemon juice or this stuff. We're gonna do 3 tablespoons. And put this over the stove over medium-high heat. Okay, it's coming to a boil. What you can also do with these is kind of smash the berries as well. That will help in the breaking down. Now that this is boiling, we're going to add our slurry. This will thicken it. You can already see it's thickening. You can feel it too. Okay, as soon as our blackberry jam thickened, I took it off the heat and I'm gonna use the immersion blender to blend it up. Straining our seeds out of the jam. So get your smallest sieve and you're just gonna press the jam through and it'll catch those seeds. Hopefully we didn't blend it too much so it actually catches them. If you don't want to do this, you can certainly skip this step and have more texture in your jam. Okay, here we have our strained jam. I guess now it's jelly, but this is going to be perfect in the ice cream. We're going to make our base berry puree. We're going to do berry puree to add to our ice cream base. This is a pound of berries, and we're gonna just heat them over medium-high heat so they can break down and release their juices. These luckily had a lot of juices with them when I put them in the pot, but we're gonna try to get more out and just kind of smash them as we go. We want them to boil, come to a boil, and then we'll simmer them for a little bit. And when all the juices are released, we will blend them up or use an immersion blender and then strain the seeds again. Now that our berries are boiling, we are going to reduce the heat to low and just let them simmer for 5 to 10 minutes. Our berries have broken down and they're kind of thick, juicy. We're gonna put them in the blender and blend them up. But I wanna try not to blend them too crazy so we get a nice puree, but we also are able to strain out the seeds. If we blend it too much, then the seeds will be too small and won't get caught in the sieve. Okay, we've strained out everything. This is all the pulp, the leftover pulp, and this is what we will be adding to our ice cream. It's gonna be so good. So we got just a little over 8 ounces of blackberry puree. So we'll use this whole cup for our ice cream. But for now, we'll cover it and we'll put it in the fridge to cool. So we will get started on our ice cream. A teaspoon of vanilla. And with this puree, it made a heaping cup. So we're gonna add all of this to our ice cream. And it's thick and it's going to give a lot of yummy flavor to the ice cream. And it's going to give it a beautiful color too. So if you're making ice cream that has a puree in it, you can easily mix it this way in your ice cream maker. If you're using a freezer bowl, it would be a little, you could still do it, but if it were me, I would mix the base and the puree in a mixing bowl beforehand, just so everything gets well combined and doesn't freeze to the edges of the bowl. All right, we're gonna let that mix. And while that's mixing, we're going to just crumble up our cobbler pieces. I love this cobbler crust. It's so yummy. It's flour, oats, cinnamon, butter, brown sugar, salt. Very easy, great flavor. I think the cinnamon just enhances. I don't love cinnamon on its own necessarily, but when it's, I mean, obviously I don't like it on its own. No one does. But like when it's in a cobblery crust like this, it just gives warmth and depth to it. The flavors all combined. It's lovely. So during the last little bit of churning, you're gonna add your crumble pieces. Not all of them, but a good amount, or you can add to your liking. Save a little bit to sprinkle on the top. Because we added a cup of puree to this ice cream, it definitely has a lot more volume to it. And then adding the cobbler while it was churning also gives it more body. But I think this is going to turn out to be really good ice cream. We're going to add ice cream. And jam. We'll add a few crumb pieces. And then you just continue layering like that. I think the color of this ice cream turned out so beautiful. How beautiful is that? And there you have it, 2 pints of Creamerie Blackberry Cobbler ice cream. I'll put this in the freezer, and I really hope that the husband that ordered this ice cream will surprise his wife and that she will love it.